I'm going to talk about the spectrum today for neurodivergent children. Whether your child or a child is mild, high functioning, or a low function, it doesn't really matter where the child sits on the spectrum. What I've learned from this, it's not only about the spectrum also has layers. So your child may be really high functioning child, but it's very complex. I'll give you a demonstration. So let's get into it. So let's say, for instance, your day starts off and your child's putting their shoes on and they've got sensory sensitivity. So this is sensory sensitivity. Hello. And then they get to school and they have to mask because they have an issue with social anxiety and trying to fit in, and because they don't know how to act in public because they're socially awkward. They don't like to look people in the eyes as part of their spectrum disorder. So that adds another layer, and then that's another layer of on top of that. And then they get home and, well, because they've been at school and they may not understand the task, they may not, because they're having trouble learning, they can't grasp what's going on because they've got learning disorders. So that adds another pile to another layer to this spectrum, right? And then they get home and they unmask, so that's another one. And it's starting to it's starting to get a little bit wavy now. Okay? So, and then they're tired. They've unmasked. So now anything really could trigger them off. So you want to be really careful because you just want them to rest. And so, there might be too much stimming coming from the TV, or, then you give them dinner and they don't like the dinner. What happens? Meltdown. You have got to understand at that point, you just have to go with the flow. This is what it is. Spectrum has layers. So we just got to work with the behaviours, and as parents with children that are neurodivergent, we do our best, we work with what we've got, and we use the resources around us.